Cool, let's first learn a few new HTML elements. So now we have pre-samp code, keyboard, and abbreviation. Pre is for pre-formatted text. It prints out in monospace. Samp is for output from a computer, like sample output from a computer. It's also monospace. So pre is pre-formatted, and samp, see, like, get those straight, right? Mm-hmm. Represents pre-formatted text. Text within this element is typically displayed monospace, and it is as it is laid out in the file, right? Samp element is an element intended to identify sample output from a computer. It's usually displayed in the browser's default monospace font. So, hey, sample output from a computer goes in samp. I want it to look just like this as it's laid out in the code. Go between pre. Then we have code, which represents computer code, and keyboard, which represents user input, and abbreviation is abbreviation. So let's look at those in action. So here we have nothing. We have small. Let's look at that. Small is pre. What's small, MDN? Element makes the text font size one size smaller down to the browser's minimum font size. Is repurposed in HTML5 to represent side comments in small print, including copyright and legal text. Side comments in small print. Side comments in small print. And it looks like it comes out also in, right, like that stuff is escaped. Right, so right here, where'd that page go? Let me boom. Right here, that came out just like it is, right? So that's a better way to do it is with the and less than. So that's those are called entity references. So you can look up HTML entity reference, entity codes, and entity codes, and amp, and quote, right? Like I can't use, what do you mean that's not? I can't use here, it's not good to use greater than, lesser than signs because that's part of HTML. So instead of using those, I use an HTML entity code, and less than, semicolon, and greater than. So small is for legal text, small print, fine print. That's what it is in HTML5. Pre, it gets formatted just like it's laid out. Right? If this had been a paragraph, right, here it is in pre-formatted, and a paragraph just takes it and puts it in one line. But if it's pre, it stays just like it is in the source file. Okay, and then we have sample output. So samp does it just like this. So here we have pre, here we have samp. So this would be sample output from a computer. Here's computer code. All right, it all looks the same, but semantically, here's keyboard input. And then that's normal text. Keyboard input. So if you were to do, like, a lot of places have code, has code show up in a certain way. How would you get that? Like, what would you use to say, hey, this is computer code if you're going to display computer code? Like, where is it that often I could insert computer code? Some websites, right? You could say, oh, format this as computer code. What would that look like, that HTML? Yeah, so we put it between the code tags. It's computer code. But could we sample computer output? Pre keeps it pre-formatted. Could we nest pre inside of code? so that, you know, it maintained its lines. That might be interesting. So however the user entered it with whatever spacing, right? It maintained that. Anyhow, just some more HTML elements.